My dear friends, in the Holy Scriptures, it says the axe is already at the root of the trees. The axe is already at the root of the trees. It means that something is going to happen like a judgment to cut and remove the tree. That's the purpose of the axe. Looking at what's happening in our nation today, I'm sure we are all happy that at least now a mandate given by the people to clean up the country has been undertaken by a particular group of people. Let's hope and pray that what they have promised they'll be able to deliver. If not, it will be a very sad experience for all of us. Now, while we watch and wait to see what would happen in this country regarding all the corruption and the fraudulent activities and all the nefarious activities that took place in this country, we also have a responsibility to ask the question, where else do we need to clean up? And I want to suggest that our religious bodies should also have a cleanup. I'm not going to judge or tell people of other religions, but I invite everyone belonging to different religions to do a self-search. But where I'm concerned, I know for certain, and it is sad to say, that within our Christian church, when I say church, it's the denominations. In those denominations, there are various reports coming out, complaints coming out, how what is uncalled for, what is not to be found in a Christian church or an organization is happening, and people are becoming helpless. People are leaving the churches. Right. Now, I don't want to talk about other denominations, but let me talk about my own denomination, that is the Methodist Church, Sri Lanka. Now, I know that this might hurt you. I'm sorry about it, but it has to happen. Some of you might even blame me for bringing this out into the open. Well, let me tell you, for the last 4.5 years, I have been struggling within the church to address these issues, but it has fallen in deaf ears. The leadership in the church has simply ignored, and all the corruption, playing out of money, both local and foreign funds, have gone on unattended. Now, this is sad. The question I raise is, if this is happening in our own denomination or in our own religious organizations, then how can we talk to the government? How can we talk to this nation and tell them, clean up? Tell them, be righteous. Tell them to wipe out all corruption and mismanagement and also fraudulent activities. We have no right to do that. If we ourselves are not willing to clean up our own religious organizations, our own churches, I mean the different denominations. And very particularly, I'm addressing the Methodist people in Sri Lanka. Don't forget that our church in the past always cried out with a loud voice against all injustice, against all untruth, against all corruption and mismanagement and fraudulent activities done by our governments and our politicians. They definitely stood against all that. But today I'm sad that our church has lost its voice. It has lost its voice not because of anything else, not because we don't have people who can stand up and speak, but they are unable to do so because within our church, within our denomination, there is so much of corruption and unlawful activity going on. So, my friends, the time is right, the axe is laid at the root, and that is not only for this nation, but also for our religious organizations and our different churches and denominations and sects. Well, my friends, the time is right for us to clean up. Be ready for it. God has already laid his axe at the root. And when he begins his work, definitely is not going to ignore what the church and the denominations have been doing. The time is right for us to do a self-search, clean up, and then rise up to keep a close watch on what's happening in our nation in terms of standing against all corruption, standing against all injustices that are happening in our country. And may God help you and me to understand this important truth. It's painful, it's hurting, but it is a must. The axe is now laid at the root. May God bless you.